Hey guys, how are you? Very impromptu video. I hope everybody's well. I left London for a couple of days. My friend offered for me to come down to the continent. You can see behind me, it's not exactly great weather. Look how wet it is. It's been raining, but there is the ocean. It's just something about the ocean. It's magical for me, and especially if you live in London. I'll get straight to it. So I'm not going to pull my trousers down on the beach, but I'm trialing. How far am I in? Maybe 10 days to trialing this knee healing protocol. I've got Aeon on the, let me try and give you I've got Aeon on the inside of my knee there. I've got carnosine on the middle and glutathione on the outside. And in addition to that, I've been I put the protocol in the other video, the NUTRITIONALS. It's 15 grams of, no, 25 grams, quite a lot of collagen, and 3 grams of vitamin C spaced throughout the day. I've got a slow release vitamin C by Lambert's. I'll show you that in another short or something. I'll upload a short video. So I'm taking that every day. I noticed that, I guess it was David Schmidt updated that nutrition supplement regimen to go with this knee healing protocol, to include arginine, NAC, and a good turmeric extract. So it's collagen, vitamin C, arginine, turmeric. By the way, as always, I've got to include a disclaimer in this. This is nothing in here is medical advice. This is purely for entertainment purposes. Always speak to your doctor first. Lifewave patches are not intended to heal or resolve any medical ailment. Okay, so, but what's my experience now having used the patches, this knee healing protocol for 10 days? My knee, so what I had was, or what I probably still have, is a degenerative medial meniscal tear. That is a tear in the meniscus, which is a piece of cartilage in the middle of your knee joint. It gives you cushioning. A lot of people have meniscal tears and don't realize it, just like people have bulging discs and don't realize it. But mine had got to the point where the pain was becoming noticeable on the inside of my knee. So in the morning I would feel it, and if I was crouched in a very low position, let's see if I can sort of show you. So if I crouched into a deep squat like this, that would create pain, and I can't. So just as I do that now, and I'm putting weight, so I weigh 80 kilograms, that's a lot of force going through my knee. I feel nothing in my knee. So I don't know. I keep saying I don't know what the mechanism is. But 10 days of using this Aeon patch and my knee just feels amazing. Could I be imagining this? Possibly. You know, the human mind is very powerful. But then when you line my experience up with literally hundreds of testimonials, look at the sun dancing off the ocean. God, I wonder if I can just, sorry, this is a very bad YouTube video. Look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. But when you line up my experience with literally hundreds, if not thousands of other people, you know, can we say, even somebody who's a bit more skeptical, can we say that all of those are placebo effect? You know, when literally people have got like before and after scans. That's just like highly unlikely. Yeah, so this is my experience. I'm 10 days into this knee healing protocol. Admittedly, it's a minimum of, is it 3 to 6 months or 6 to 9? I think it's 6 to 9 months, which, again, somebody just put a comment on this channel saying, I don't know if I can afford it. And I really sympathize, and I really do understand that. I was in the same boat. I used 5 months of the X39 and got to a point where my ankle, and I'm so thankful for that, the pain, yeah, I had if you haven't seen these videos before, I had a pain in my ankle for 14 months and it was getting progressively worse. It was a result of an injury at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Somebody hyperextended a lock on my ankle, which tore the tendons on the outside of my ankle joint. And every morning when I would hop out of bed, I would kind of I'll try and reenact it. Why not? So every morning when I would get out of bed, I would kind of land on the ankle and I would kind of hop like that for the first few steps of the day, and then it would get progressively worse. But to be honest, at the age of 40, when one of your joints starts causing you pain like that, you really start to, or I started to worry and really consider that, goodness me, if this is me at 40 and this over 10 years, 20 years gets progressively worse, I'm not going to be able to walk by the time I'm 60. So I put the X39, I was wearing it under my navel. There's a couple of points you can wear it on, and my ankle pain, and this is not typical, always speak to your doctor first and all of that jazz. My ankle pain after like a week, and definitely that's not typical. I must have, that either is placebo or I'm a fast responder. After a week, my pain went down like a lot. I would say the pain initially when I'd get out of bed in the morning was a 7 out of 10, and if I put my ankle into a flex position, so that's plantar flexion with inversion, okay? So I can't feel anything there at all in my ankle anymore. But definitely when I started wearing the X39, if I did, I wouldn't be able to do that. That would just make me wince. But if I sat on the couch with my leg folded under my kind of behind, if you like, then within 30 seconds I'd have to move. And you sometimes you sit in a certain position out of habit. So yeah, that was my experience. A week of doing that, wearing the X39, and then after 5 months, eventually I did of the X39. It really, my pain, I just showed you right there. My pain is just like gone. And my knee had reduced 30%, I would say. And I got to a point, so to get back to that, I get it with the cost. I got to the point where I couldn't, I thought, I just don't know if I can afford to do the full, you're meant to do 3 months on the X39 and then a month for every decade. So that's 7 months for me. I got to month 5 and thought, wow, I don't know if I can just shell out another amount of money for the next month and then the month thereafter. So I might take a break. So I get it with the cost, is what I'm saying. What would I say to you? I would say to you 2 things. Number 1, you could try like me and just see if, I just got lucky with my ankle, I think. Maybe it's, I don't know. I don't know much, about the stats and everything. Maybe it's 1 in 10 people, who knows, are fast responders. But if you were to ask me, James, if you were to go back and pay a month's worth of Lifewave, which is like whatever it is, $100 or $150, depending on how you buy it, to resolve your ankle, I would bite your hand off for that offer, 100%. My ankle is getting really painful. So if you're worried about the cost, you could maybe say to yourself, you'll give it, I would say at least 2 months if you can with the X39, depending on what your issue is, because there are different patches. Or just, you don't want to buy the patches at the full price. There's a way, just email me at patchorplacebo@gmail.com. patchorplacebo@gmail.com. You'll see that in the description of this channel. Just email me and I can tell you how to buy them and immediately get like quite a substantial reduction on the, you don't want to pay full price for the patches, basically. You don't need to. And back to this knee healing protocol. I'm doing there are 3 patches you wear, and my knee just feels so good, and I can't explain why. I don't even know what the Aeon, I feel that it's the Aeon that's doing all of the good, or most of it, most of the heavy lifting. Why do I think that? Probably because I've heard several people talk about how the Aeon helped them with this and that pain issue they were having. The collagen, maybe the collagen is being directed to the knee more because of the patches. I've heard the patches can help the body allocate nutraceuticals more effectively in the body. but my knee just feels amazing. So I just want to share this. I'll upload a more comprehensive video probably in the next 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, to talk about, you know, my first month on this knee protocol. Excuse this video being very ad hoc and not scripted. It's kind of how I want this channel to be, even if everybody were to unfollow me. I'm really just doing this to document my process, and if it helps people. I've had a few people reach out in the comments and talk about problems they're having. Well, first of all, I just want to commend anybody who's resisting going down the surgical route. Always listen to your doctor first, but because once, and this is not medical advice, I keep saying that because I had a legal situation once. You've got to be really careful. Okay, someone told me who's very well informed that once you puncture the joint, the capsule in the knee, for example with a scalpel, it's never the same again. Okay, maybe that's wrong, treat this as entertainment only, but generally I think it's well advised. Well, I can tell you what an orthopedic surgeon told me, who operates on the Chelsea football players, soccer players if you're in America. That's a high level football team. I asked him about getting surgery actually on my ankle. I said, how how do I do this, get this fixed? And he said, we would take a ligament from this place, or we would take a graft and we would have to open the ankle up and put a pin in the bone and do this and do that. And he said, I am telling you, as an orthopedic surgeon who my business is effectively selling you surgeries, I am telling you not to do surgery on this. Do not do that. As long as you have proprioceptive ability, or the ability to balance, as long as you can, avoid doing surgery. Okay, so that's coming from an orthopedic surgeon who's at the top of his game. Avoid surgery at all costs. And so anybody who puts a comment on my channel who's looking for an alternative to using, let's say, these big companies' products, I don't want to get this channel triggered in any way, and avoiding surgery, I really respect that, and I really commend you for that, and I'm on board with you. You know, I agree with that way of thinking. So, at risk of rambling, yeah, I'm going to call this to a close. I hope everybody's well. Hit me with any questions, patchorplacebo@gmail.com, if you want to inquire about getting the patches at a discount. Yeah, keep well, all of the best. Oh, I'm reading a book at the minute. I want to share this. I went to see this guy live, James Smith. He's very foul-mouthed, I'll have to say that. He's a rugby player. Oh, it's such a great book. He's talking about all of this good stuff, imposter syndrome. Yeah, I read at least 10 pages a day now. I have been doing it for the last 2 years, sometimes 20, 30, and it's changed my life, really. So I hope everybody's well, and yeah, change is possible. Sometimes it's one step forward, 2 steps back, but yeah, all the best.